Okay, so tonight's Edpuzzle notes are going to be a little bit different than what you're used to. What you're going to do is they're going to be a little more interactive, a little more you doing the work than just me talking. So the first thing I want you to do is you've got a sheet that looks like this. I want you to fill in the date, the page number, and the learning target. Obviously the title's already there, so take a minute and do that. If you need to pause this, you may. And once you've got that down, you should have already looked at these lines and determined it says these lines are parallel or perpendicular. So you're going to circle whether they are parallel and perpendicular, and you should have already done that. These lines are all parallel because they don't cross. That's what it means to be a parallel line. They never cross. These lines are all perpendicular, and they're all perpendicular, so you're going to circle perpendicular because they cross at a 90-degree angle. So not only do they intersect, but they intersect and make a 90-degree angle. The next part of this is it says use the bank of equations on your Edpuzzle slide to write the equation of the lines for each graph. So on this slide here is the bank of equations. So for example, like for the first number 1 on your sheet, this first set of lines, you're going to pick one of the equations on here that represents this line. So for example, I'll go ahead and tell you that this is the first line. It's 1/3 x plus 1. So you're going to write y equals 1/3 x plus 1 out here next to this line. Then you're going to look for this line, and you're going to search all through this bank, and it is y equals 1/3 x minus 4. So next to here, you're going to write y equals 1/3 x minus 4 out next to this line. So I need you to pause it for a second and do that. When you're done, you should have an equation written here, an equation written here, 2 equations here, 2 equations here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, to represent each of the lines that are graphed on each equation. So you should have 12 equations total written out, 2 for each graph. Alright, so once you've done that, I want you to answer this question on your sheet. You're going to tell me what do the equations you have written for each set of lines have in common. So like these two parallel lines, what's similar about them? What's similar about all the equations with parallel lines? And then same thing with perpendicular. What's similar about the equations with perpendicular lines? And then the two questions are going to pop up on your screen, and I would like you to answer those on Edpuzzle and on your paper. So you're going to answer it twice. Answer it right here, and then you're going to answer it when it pops up on your screen on Edpuzzle. And once you've done that, you are finished for tonight.